Hey, y'all come on in the room. Hey, your boy is up. It's Monday. I'm finna rock and roll, man. I got some information I want to share. First off, my name is Tony Clockton. For those of you who do not know me, hey, a call to action. Like, comment, share, subscribe to all of my feeds. I'm on social media, killing the game, man. 6 years in this business, and I want to share something that, man, this video, I'm gonna tell y'all right now that it was probably taken down a couple of years ago, but I kept it in my files, and I think that it is worth you guys taking a look at. Man, it was an eye-opening experience for me. Look, if something happened to me, hey, it may be because of this video. I want to share it, and I know that you guys will get some value out of it, but I like to bring on experts that are really been mastering the game. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki. I read one or two of his books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but look, this guy dropped some information that I think is worth you guys taking a look at. Like I say, the information may be shocking, but there is a lot of truth in it. And just see if it can apply to your current situation, man, because I think it definitely ties into the working class. He said something, and I'm going to go ahead on run the clip. He said, words can become flesh. So a lot of times we have to speak things into existence. A lot of times we talk good and bad over our life, man. So the information I want to share, like I say, is shocking, but you guys stay tuned at the end of this clip because I want to maybe ask some questions and just put some comments out there. Let me know the feedback, what you think about it. Let's go.
The school system is actually teaching people to be poor. The school system will never teach you about money. The school system was designed to teach you to be an employee or a doctor or a lawyer, a specialist, but never about money. My father was the head of education, PhD, all that stuff. I go home and ask him, said, why don't we learn about money in school? And he looked at me and said, because the government doesn't let us teach that subject. The government tells us what we can teach and what we can't teach. And I thought that was strange. And I said, but aren't we going to school to learn about money? He says, no, your job is to get a job. Poverty is passed on. It's taught in your families. And middle class is taught in families. And so the people right now who are sitting at home, who are struggling financially or worried about money or unhappy, they may be making a lot of money, but unhappy with what they're doing, it was probably taught to you. You know, your super ego was taught, get a job, work hard, or you'll never be rich, or the rich are evil, or whatever.
And until you change your mindset,
Correct.
Money won't help you, right?
Correct.
And we see that with people that win the lottery, people that make more money, they still have the same problem.
Right.
Because they have that poor man's soul.
Right. If you're poor, you'll always be poor.
It's really hard for people to understand.
Yeah, the money will disappear that fast. Just like most pro athletes, you know, they make millions of dollars, and but 65% are bankrupt 5 years later. It's because they come from poor families. Now you tell them that, they get very angry at you. Not, it's the rich fault. You know, you guys ripped me off, and government ripped me off. But unfortunately, what Mr. Lipton was saying, it's passed down genetically. The moment I pay you, you think like an employee. That's the trap. Entrepreneurs work for free. The moment you accept the paycheck, your brain goes dead. As long as you're hungry, you'll think. You see people say, well, why don't you give the poor money? So the only problem with that is it just creates more poor people.
Give a man a fish, he fishes for the day, or eats for the day.
Yeah, you give a man a fish, you get a lot of people who want more fish, you know? But you teach them to fish.
But you are the Robin Hood of knowledge, because I see you giving this knowledge out, and
Yeah.
do the rich people cringe and say, don't tell them that, Robin?
Yes. Don't tell people what you know. Keep them poor. Poor will always be amongst us, because it starts up here. It's in their words, you know, and the words become flesh. When they say, I can't afford it, or I can't do that, they go down. They become what they say. And I meet so many people, I can't afford it. You think I'm made of money? My PhD dad, he says, what do you think I am, made of money? I can't afford that. And my rich dad would say, that's why he's poor. Poor people say, I can't afford it, I can't do that, I don't have time. Because it's an escape. It's an escape. You know what I mean? It's easy to say I can't afford it. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I can't go to the gym. You know, when you could go to the gym. No, I can't. Truth is, I'm just too lazy to go to the gym.
And you play it safe and you don't introduce new risks into your life. And so
I have job security.
Right. And your rich dad used to say what instead of I can't afford it?
How can I afford it? How can I do that? You know, what would it take, or why should I do that? A question opens the mind, a statement closes the mind. So when you say I can't afford it, your mind shuts down and you become what you say. You know, people say, well, money is not that important to me. Then if money is not that important to you, money is not important to you. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't care about money. The money doesn't care about you. You know, the word does become flesh. Well, I'll never be rich. Or the favorite one is the rich are greedy. It's the poor that are greedy. You know, if you think about it, because to be rich, you have to give something. You know, you have to, I have to produce books and games, and I purchase real estate, I provide housing, provide jobs and all that. That's why I'm rich. But greedy people produce nothing. Oh no, it's the rich that are greedy. And I'm going, hey, sports fans, you know, you point a finger forward, 3 are pointing backwards. And so, as we know, there's a big attitude problem against the rich today. We all have fear. And to be truthful, we all have fear. It's just how you deal with it. You know, Einstein said, you know, imagination is more important than knowledge. But knowledge empowers imagination. And what most people lack is real business knowledge, like accounting, you know, like debt, like taxes. You gotta know that stuff. But they don't teach it in school to anybody. You know, people who are afraid of making mistakes like they teach in school, they don't ever grow. Because spirituality is there's good and there's bad. There's right and there's wrong. There's up and there's down. Most people only want to be right. They only want to be positive. Well, you can't have that. That's not reality. Every time I failed, it was like, good. It's okay, what have I learned? And the average person, the reason they're poor is they haven't failed. You know, they play it so safe. They haven't made any mistakes like they taught in school. That means they don't learn anything. That's why the school system's actually fundamentally corrupt. It's anti-education. And I think what most people do is they let their parents or their friends talk them out of life. So afraid of failing. But failing is how we succeed. Our schools punish you for making mistakes. That's why we have so many people who are so afraid of admitting they make mistakes, or afraid of failing.
Facebook is showing less posts for pages these days. In order to see our posts, use See First feature.
Okay, that's enough. Yeah, hey, I know this was a very thought-provoking video. I know some people may not agree to some of the things that he was saying, but a lot of that information, especially in certain communities, that you have to work twice as hard. You have to get more degrees. But I've seen in the past that most people with degrees are working right alongside me. I don't have a degree. I don't have a lot of educational background behind me, and we're literally making the same money. So sometimes going to school, they're forcing you to get into debt. I mean, I remember going to college and the first thing that I was introduced to was a Discover card. I ain't even got a job. So it's almost like they're herding people into this system that can get you into debt, right? Before you even make a dime, before you can get that college degree. So I'm definitely not knocking college, because I think we have to work twice as hard. Some people have to work twice as hard just to get ahead. But some of the things that he mentioned was some of us have been bred and taught how to become poor. And that's literally teaching that tax system that most Americans fall into, that struggle one, where you're working, you're overtaxed, you got mounds of debt and inflation, and big business is coming at us all the time. They know we working. They're finding ways to pull that money out of our pocket. So, man, I know it's hard for me to see the comments, but I know this is thought-provoking, and maybe it's a wake-up call for a lot of us that we got to start implementing strategies to offset what they're teaching us. You know what I'm saying? It's like our grandparents were taught, go to work hard, get a job, possibly go to college, and the cycle continues. People always talk about generational curses, but a lot of times it was the lack of information brought forward to the next generation. That's why my company, my econ, was created to help people struggling at the bottom because of taxes, because of debt, because of the slave mentality. You can make $1 million and still be broke. I mean, the curse of a lottery is a prime example. It is the mindset of what you do with the money. See, if money doesn't come with instructions, you will lose it. So our business is helping us utilize the little bit of money we have through our jobs and understand the tax system, not to overpay your taxes, to pay off your debt on time. And our credit repair is to show you how to get better deals if you have to get credit. Our system is a plug and play. Hey, I hope this video really opened up you guys' eyes to see that we are being herded into a system that is really not designed for us to become wealthy. And we have to use strategies. Like my company teaches, we educate people first on how to get cash flow positive so you can start maximizing your own time, because time is really of the essence, y'all. To get your time back, to me, is more valuable than money. Where you can take vacations when you want, when you can take off when your kids do something in school, where you don't have to ask someone else, can I be all? We grown, right? I should be able to do what I want to do. But the tax system and your job is not set up like that. So I just hope that this information has helped y'all. Just this one video of 1,000. Like I say, this is my 6-year business anniversary. I'm definitely paying all the information that I've learned when I started forward. This ain't for everybody. We're looking for risk takers. We're looking at people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I hope I'm adding some value. Drop some comments, likes, and shares. Subscribe to my YouTube page. This is your guy, Tony Clopton, signing off.